Well, I couldn't possibly do a Galapagos series without talking about marine iguanas, so let's talk about some marine iguanas. Those little charcoal pieces with feet were probably one of everybody's favorite part of the trip. There's a freaking marine iguana right there. This lazy little fella you see right here is actually very special because he was actually the first of probably hundreds of these things that we saw during the entire trip. Needless to say, we were all super excited to finally see one of these famous reptiles in person. But this little dude really was only just a striptease compared to the stupidly massive orgy that we were gonna see later, so yeah, y'all stay tuned for that. My next encounter with a marine iguana was a little bit more up close and personal. This next batch of burnt cookies was actually found on Galápagos Beach on Santa Cruz Island. There's freaking marine iguanas, like 3 of them right up in here. Now, these ones at Galápagos actually weren't really hanging out on the lava rock like you would see in the documentaries. These ones thought they were too cool for that, so what they did was they shoved themselves away deep inside the mangroves. I will say, going in there to film them without a shirt on felt a little bit like getting rubbed up against a cheese grater, but you know what? It was a lot of fun.
Are you seriously going after him?
Yeah, I want to get him. No regrets. None at all. Our next time seeing these guys was at Barrio de la Este. It, I give up. These ones actually did hang out on the lava rocks. And after 4 weeks in the Galapagos and seeing hundreds of these things, not a single one of them taught me how to crawl on the rocks without getting cut open. Assholes. They were really nice to each other though. I'll give them that. I mean, look at this. No one's ever touched me like that. These things were literally everywhere. If you were on the beach, you couldn't get away from them if you tried. It was absolutely crazy. This afternoon right here was insane. See all those little black dots poking through the bushes? Yup, they're marine iguanas. Every single one of them. There were enough in that one bush that I didn't even bother counting how many there were. And one other thing we noticed, they were all babies. The time of year that we ended up going to the islands was directly after the marine iguana breeding season. So it was not a rare sight to see a bunch of little babies hopping all over the rocks, just like they were here. As the trip went on, we kind of began to realize that these things could pop up anywhere. And by anywhere, I mean, at least in this fat ass's case, right on the side of the road in a big city. Like seriously, they didn't give a shit. They just sat wherever the hell they wanted. You'd think this one right here would be scared of getting stepped on, right? Nope. He doesn't give a shit. This is his dog, and he's not gonna let anyone f with that. And if someone does, he's gonna. These guys owned the place. Like seriously, after a while it seemed like every corner you would turn there would be one or maybe a few dozen of these guys just sitting there. Ah, look at these little narcissistic show-offs. Alright, we get it, you're hot shit. I'll stop taking pictures of your wives. Okay, oh my god, what the fuck are you doing? Oh my god. They wanted to get away from you that bad, buddy. Gosh, that's what girls do every single time I tell them I like to go herping. Yeah, I think y'all kinda get the point. I think y'all kinda get what I'm saying here. They were everywhere. Oh yeah, they could also swim too. Look at that little guy go. You probably heard another stupid American tourist was messing with his girl. Yeah, well, he's fixing to put a swift end to that. And last, but certainly not least, at least in size that is, was this absolute behemoth of an iguana from Isabella Island. This thing was the king, man. Like, we had seen tons of these iguanas, but not a single one of them was anywhere near the size of this monster. Well, there you have it, guys. From this lazy little sunbather on Santa Cruz to this freakish Godzilla-looking monster on Isabella, the marine iguanas were what made the Galapagos, well, the Galapagos. And whenever I look back and think about my time in this paradise of a place, whether they're bumbling around on the rocks or hunkering down in the mangroves or of course just being plain old fat asses, the marine iguanas are always one of the first things I think about from the trip to make myself smile. Okay, fine, one more time.